So thanks to WandaVision, the Marvel Comics storyline House of M is on everyone's minds. So now's a good time for me to talk about just how badly written that story is. I'm not just talking about how it ushered in an era of X-Men comics I wasn't a big fan of. I'm talking about how the story itself is written in such a puzzling manner, I actually have trouble believing a professional writer who had been in the business for over a decade by this point wrote this. If you haven't read it, House of M was an 8-issue miniseries in 2005 that explored an alternate universe where mutants are first-class citizens that more or less tolerate humans as second-class citizens, and the characters we all know and love figure out this isn't right and try to set right what once went wrong. Turns out the whole thing was created by Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, as a way to cope with the loss of her children. Sounds good, right? But the entire first issue shows the Avengers and the X-Men debating on what they should do with Wanda, who has already done some damage in the story Avengers Disassembled. Then issue 2 spends 19 pages showing how different this world is from the main Marvel universe. Steve Rogers is an old man, Doctor Strange is a psychiatrist, Luke Cage is a gangster. It's a weird, different world. Then, beginning of issue 3 out of 8, Wolverine, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., figures out this isn't right and goes AWOL to investigate. My problem with this is that we already know what's going on a full 2 issues before Wolverine does, because we spent an entire issue watching the Avengers and the X-Men debate what to do with Wanda. All of the tension is deflated before the story even begins, because you are showing all of your cards right up front. Don't do that. Don't do issue 1 or 2. Open this story with issue 3, where Wolverine wakes up in a weird world. Lord Magneto? That isn't right. Captain America's an old man? All that stuff he can discover as he goes on the run to figure out what's wrong. You might say the big twist isn't that Wanda created this alternate world, but that her brother Quicksilver was the one who convinced her to do it when we thought Magneto was behind it. But that's not an interesting twist, if I'm being honest. If you like that twist, you can still have it happen, but still have the characters of this world who think this is their life slowly come to realize this isn't right as Wolverine convinces them this is all fake. Then they realize the Scarlet Witch is behind it along with the audience. Then the audience will be thinking, well, obviously Magneto manipulated Wanda into doing this and putting himself in power in this fake world, right? Then you can pull the rug out from under us again and say it was Quicksilver. You can still end the story with Wanda removing almost everyone's mutant powers, even though I didn't like where that went in the aftermath, but at least then you would have a compelling story that is actually written in an interesting way. I don't know. It's entirely possible I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just some idiot with a YouTube channel. I don't have a successful comic book writing career, but this is what I would have done. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, I do these kinds of things often, so check back next week to see what else I'll be talking about. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day.